Remember?
If I was on a date with a Caucasian woman, it's not that I'm racist. It's like I know I'm up against somebody, whatever they say I did will hold up.
And then second, a woman. So any woman that's talking crazy and showing you those signs and those red flags, then don't hang around.
I know better than to be out with a Caucasian woman as if we're in a relationship struggling, trying to make it, because I know that in society, she has the power to ruin me, whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The driver pretty much said that he thought that she was the aggressor by what he could hear and see in his car.
Driver's name is Naveed Sarwar, and he said this in court. I was feeling something was going on in the back seat. Majors wanted to get rid of Jabari. I saw they were fighting when the car stopped. Jabari was yelling at Majors and they were having an argument. I had a feeling Jabari had hit Majors earlier, the way she was fighting, and the sounds based off of what he heard, it sounded like she had hit him.
If a woman tried to put her hands on me, I'm the type of brother who runs from a woman because
Jonathan Majors.
Absolutely. Yep. Probably faster. Absolutely. Absolutely. And why? Because I know what I'm capable of.
This stuff is out there that she was the aggressor and she lied. The state was quick to prosecute Jonathan Majors, but they said we have no interest in prosecuting her for nothing she did. So I don't know if Jonathan Majors knows that now, but whatever dues he has to pay with being with that
damn near ruined his career, really, yeah.
Willem Dafoe looking.
That
bitch is like Willem Dafoe. Come here, Spider-Man. I'll run this thing up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
Hey, that love for that pink monkey.
That punky.
That punky. That love for that pink monkey is real amongst the lames.
Pepto pussy.
I don't know what to tell them. I ain't gonna lie. I like all color monkeys. But I am not about to be out here setting myself up to try to build something with somebody who has more power than me in society. I need somebody where we are the same.
First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Negro. Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose and big jaw? When? Since when? If this ugly is good-looking, then all is good-looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they's gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. What is you talking about? Get out of here. Yeah, they love fooling the people.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. In this one's a doozy. We're going to talk about how someone can never get some satisfaction no matter how well they have it. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Welcome, polite savages. I'm sure you heard the news by now that Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, has now dismissed a federal lawsuit against Majors that accused the actor of assault and defamation. Just you remember, polite savages, industry pass around, bed wench of a wretch. These are not something that you want to be messing with, or you're going to run into wretches just like Miss Jabari, ruining your whole career before you can even get it off the ground and launch yourself right into the stratosphere of superstardom, where unfortunately Jonathan Majors' high trajectory star comes crashing right down back to earth, destroying all the things that he's worked for and any other upcoming work.
Did you really think I was just gonna sit back and let her kill me? And that be it? Is it? Nada? RIP? HWR?
The burned out, turned out industry pass-arounds have been doing the most in not only trying to get high status, high value men in the entertainment scene. Once things do not go their way, they flip the scene on its head, where the men they so happily run into bed and serve these men's every wants, desires, and needs. They'll turn situations like this, flip it on its head, and go and extract as much resources and money from these men of means and destroying and dashing all Hollywood dreams.
Would you want your old role back, like your old job back as King the Conqueror?
King?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I love him. That's why I said I love him. I love him. I love King.
So even though that Grace Jabari has dismissed the defamation lawsuit against Jonathan Majors, where haters were quick to react and create a community note against Jonathan Majors and his defamation lawsuit being dropped, saying that Grace Jabari did not retract her claim of assault since Jonathan Majors has been tried and convicted of running away from her. What the defamation was all about was that he went on to a talk show after the conviction to say he's never laid a hand on a woman. She filed this defamation lawsuit in response, but now she's giving up that pursuit of that lawsuit because guess what? She couldn't prove that he put his hands on her nor anyone else. Now yes, black and white, yeah, he might be guilty by the law, because it was his negligence in accidentally getting her injured while trying to get away from her. The nonsense is astounding. It is unreal, ludicrous, and ridiculous.
Now, one time did somebody say he was charged with 2 misdemeanors. Now, one time did they say the larger allegations of what the prosecution was saying, which was the twisting of the arm and punching in her head. Nobody said he was found not guilty on those. Everybody just runs with the headline, assault and harassment. There's no context to it, no nuance to it whatsoever, and he's dropped from Marvel now. Yeah. I hate when these companies try to take these moral stands. Yeah. Phase 5 sucks. Yeah. The King ain't working. Marvel has already had conversations and put things out there and said, hey man, they were already thinking about moving away from that way before it happened, because Ant-Man didn't perform well, and because the whole Kang thing was getting too convoluted with the multiverse and all of this and that.
Now I know some of you might be agreeing with Charlamagne the God, but I thought that King the Conqueror was great in Loki, even though that he had a lackluster performance in Quantumania. The thing is, there's multiple Kangs in this multi-universe. So now you're fighting one Kang, you're fighting billions of Kang. So I'll disagree with Charlamagne the God here, but from a business sense, yes, the sales were suffering, people were having a hard time wrapping their head around the whole multiverse and how Kang is actually a big bad in the comic books, but that is exactly the point. The point is that Marvel was losing money, and they needed to find a way to cut their ties and destroy the contract they had between Marvel, Disney, and Jonathan Majors as Kang. Now, polite savages, let me know your opinions and your thoughts below about Jonathan Majors as Kang. Was it worth it for Marvel and Disney to keep on the storyline and explore King the Conqueror further? But I think there's another underlying insidious reason why Jonathan Majors had King the Conqueror ripped away from him and losing a generational wealth contract with Marvel Disney.
They were already thinking about moving away from it, but now they want to act like they're taking some type of moral stand. They ain't take that kind of stand for Hawkeye.
Ooh.
Jeremy, what's his name? Jeremy Renner? What's his name?
Renner, yeah.
Now, mind you, Jeremy Renner was just allegations. I just don't understand when people pick and choose, when they want to stand next to people, because most people get those kind of allegations that Jeremy Renner did in a divorce court. A company like Marvel and Disney is moving away.
Yeah, she accused him of emotional, physical, and sexual abuse.
Come on, man.
You feel like it's unfair that you're not being given the same opportunities as them?
Damn. I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being and has been greeted with patience and curiosity and love, and that Mr. Miller's gotten the same treatment, and that they're being allowed to work their art and be creative. I didn't really get that. So,
Do you wish you had like the same opportunity as them?
I mean, that's hard. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that's the case though, like for them?
What? I don't know.
This is one little thing that happened. You know, first of all, there was a white woman chasing his. That's all I'm saying. I think the guy should be forgiven, but like, I don't want to bring up race. Why does it have to be about race? Well, obviously it is about race, and it's kind of unfair because white actors can, you know, be on heroin, be in rehab, all kinds of shit. They get chances. They get other chances to redeem themselves. And it's always an amazing story. He was in rehab and then he came back and won an Oscar. You understand where I'm coming from?
I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed, he's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right?
You know, we've covered this series extensively between Jonathan Majors and his whole fighting against Miss Grace Jabari, Marvel, and Disney, and losing the role of King the Conqueror. And I've said it before in these other videos, where other actors have done much worse than Jonathan Majors. With Jonathan Majors' proof of running away from that woman was still not enough to save his role as King the Conqueror, where he has been blackballed by the industry completely, throwing him away like discarded refuse, like last night's trash. And that to me, Polite Savages and Polite Lady Savages, is the most wackiest, insane, nastiest thing a movie studio can do to one man. While at the same time, and I do not agree with this next move, Polite Savages, well, I'm gonna let the clip speak for itself.
We give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
I mean, it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. was, you know, being brought back from Marvel to play Dr. Doom. I mean, it looks like he's replacing your villain, you know, Kang. I mean, are you hurt with the new direction that, like, Marvel is, like, going?
Yeah, heartbroken.
You are?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, of course. I love him. I love Kang.
Robert Downey Jr. is set to play Dr. Doom. He replaces Jonathan Majors. Now, there's a lot of backlash happening because of this, because Robert Downey Jr., who has a criminal record, drug possession, you know, all kinds of shit. I love Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is one of the baddest actors around. Love him, Iron Man, but Jonathan Majors is getting a raw deal, man. Why can't they forgive him, man?
The double standards is unreal, where other actors, so apparently could get in so much trouble with the law, can still find their career existing at all in the Hollywood Hills. But not for Jonathan Majors, even with all the evidence that was helping to supposedly show that he's innocent. It just shows you that the very progressive Hollywood, not only is it a business decision to sever contract ties when projects are losing money, but there's another underneath, simmering racial undertones that if you don't belong with the same skin tone, that you'll be treated differently, and you must act accordingly. Unfortunately, Polite Savages, Polite Lady Savages, that's a game that is played, and luckily for Jonathan Majors.
Well, you look amazing, but you stunned the whole crowd. Girl, put that ring on. Let me see that ring. You stunned. Is that a little news?
What should we?
How did you do this proposal? Was you old school, like romantic, or did you kind of come out the box? How did you do the proposal, man?
You gotta be original. Yeah, do it your way. Yeah, do it your way.
And I mean, how'd you know he was the one?
I just knew. It's a crazy thing, but I knew in my spirit, I was like, okay, this is the one. So, yeah.
Well, you Polite Savages, we all remember Jonathan Majors, the former King the Conqueror, Marvel superstar whose career was on a trajectory that blew many people's minds. He was #1 with a bullet. But what happened? Well, wrong lady, wrong time, wrong relationship, and it seems like he got caught up in a kerfuffle. This man lost a lot. He lost his career, he lost various sponsors, management, but he did gain a lady who seems to have his back.
And you were telling me,
hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful, they had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
Time will tell if this relationship will last, but he put a ring on it. And a lot of these ladies from the sisterhood, even though he's been vindicated via a civil lawsuit that was dropped, well, we all know the sisterhood is coming dead for Mr. Majors. Of course, he couldn't have brought that ring. He's broke, he's dusty, he's corny. All these things that these ladies say about a man who's just trying to maintain his life and move on with it. Well, this is what happens when the bitterness rises to the top. You can see the bitter, bare faces on these ladies, stained with disgust for a man. But it's really funny because it appears that his life is doing a lot better than they wanted to. But I just always wonder, why do you want somebody to just be destitute and destroyed? Even if he did make a mistake dating the wrong person. We all know that that assault charge was 100% cap. He ran away from the lady. He tried to avoid the conflict, but of course, you ladies, he shouldn't have been with her in the first place. The hypocritical nature of somebody wanting to see somebody destroyed and utterly damaged all the time. Even when he says, hey, I'm trying to move on and do the right thing. Well, that's the way it is in this modern times of feminism mixed with hatred for any masculine figure trying to come up in this world. Oh, don't let him be a little oddballish or not exactly what you think he should be. He's going to be the one. And the sisterhood came dead for him. Oh, he couldn't have brought that ring. Oh, no, he couldn't have been the man that she likes. She's just with him because for optics. It's a plant. It's this. It's that. All along, just not believing that possibly this lady just likes this man for this man being the man that he is. Make it make sense. But what comes around goes around, and this man will probably be back on top sooner or later. He's never going to get the money back that he lost, but maybe, just maybe, he'll still have a great career. And he'll have a queen by his side. I hope they make it. I hope they go on into the sunset. We're about relationships here. I'm not about people being torn apart. I'm about people getting put together.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness